guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about the forecast for the year of 2025, and this year is starting with a really interesting and intense aspect between Mars and Pluto, Mars being retrograde, and it brings a really tense situation, some conflicts and aggressive events. However, I already discussed it in my forecast for January 2025, and if you're curious about it, please go and watch it. I'm not gonna repeat myself here. I'm more curious about analyzing it later and then discussing it with you in May forecast, because the events are gonna be happening again on the same aspect, and I'm very interested in what is gonna happen. So if you want to know more about this, because it brings many social activities on a social level, because we have some other aspect that adding some more energy, some more information to this, and this is very intense. So go watch the January 2025 forecast first, so that you can have a little bit of an idea how this year is gonna start. And a few more things I want to add before we're going to jump into really important things. We're going to have retrograde periods for Mercury for sure, as every year, and for Venus as well this year, because last year we didn't have any retrograde period for Venus, but this time we will, because it happens once every year and a half for around like 40 days. And Venus is gonna be in retrograde for March 2nd till the 12th of April. And it's gonna start affecting people already at the end of January. So we're gonna talk about this more in February forecast for the months. So I'm not gonna take any of your time right now, because Venus happens to be in retrograde state, as I said, every year and a half. So it's pretty common, I would say, and I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about it on yearly forecast. We're going to talk about it in monthly. And Mercury is going to be in retrograde in March as well. So the 15th of March till the 7th of April, it's going to be the first period. And then second period going to be 18th of July till the 11th of August. And the last period is going to be November the 9th till the 29th of November. And same, I'm not going to be talking about what's going to happen with Mercury being in retrograde, because it's very popular, people know about it. We're going to discuss it in monthly forecast, so that I don't take much of your time here, because it's very common, it happens every year. And now let's jump into it. So we talked about Mars and Pluto in the beginning of the year, and next important event will be happening in May. One of our social planets, Saturn, is going to be changing sign from Pisces to Aries, and it's going to bring more of a leadership vibe into our social communities. People will be more organized, they will be more determined to achieve their long-term goals, and that's great. So there will be more ambitious leaders, and we're gonna see more changes in our social levels. However, it's also bringing a little bit more of a dangerous situations with metal and fires, so be aware of that, be cautious. So when I say changes in leadership positions, I would want to give you an example. One of the times when Saturn was in Aries, it was in 1938, I think, and April 1938. That was the time when Hitler declared himself a commander-in-chief. So that's what I mean by changing leadership skills and being more ambitious to be a leader. So we might see, as a historical example, we might see more leaders, more people desire to be leaders of some communities, or we might see some changes in our current leaders. When I say something about the dangerous situations with metal and fire, I mean I mean more social level situations. For example, some terroristic attacks, they were happening in 1999 when Saturn was in Aries as well. Some big fires were happening in that time as well. That's what I mean. However, in addition to that, there will be some involvement of Neptune energies as well, which is going to give more misunderstanding, lack of trust. So we might see a little bit of a different tendencies this time, just because we have some addition to the Saturn being in Aries. Neptune gives some of its energy, so it making it a little bit harder to implement those ideas. There will be more, as I said, miscommunication, misunderstanding. However, on a good side of that, we can see some new positive effects, some new rules and introduction of laws and initiatives at improving public health. And then in June, maybe shortly after that, we're gonna see some changes in real estate market and environmental matters. It's possible that we're gonna see new regulation, laws, and maybe even new codes and acts may be developed. I think there will be more protests, more movements to achieve a change in environmental protection. Closer to July and later after July, the period is gonna last from July till the end of November, when we're gonna see changes in leadership positions, and we're gonna see some changes in structures, in leadership structures and economical structures. And it's on a really high level. Those changes are going to happen because of the mistakes that have been made from the beginning of this year, which are going to create some challenges for countries and social communities to achieve their goals and plans. And as an example, last time when we've had this period, it was in 2023 when Donald Trump was arrested. That's a really clear event that's showing those energies and showing what kind of events might happen. What I mean by changes in social structures and leadership positions. If you are on a leadership position in any structure, corporation, company, or maybe you're in politics, I'm gonna tell you right now 3 steps how to balance those energies, how to improve the situation and not end up in some huge issue or challenge concerning whole community, whether it is a country or a corporation or some social club. First step, you need to embrace the challenge, reform the leadership structure. Don't try to avoid it. If you are a company or a government, you have to adapt to the changing in circumstances and try to improve and change your management models. For businesses, you have to improve efficiency without compromising any jobs. For people who are policymakers, you need to put more attention towards policies for improving financial stability and economical security, to improving jobs and retaining jobs, as well as automation and technologies. We need to work together with technologies to improve productivity, especially for employment opportunities. Second step, commit to lawfulness and be transparent. So try to concentrate on improving how you use your resources. It can mean refining your processes, or maybe even entirely transforming them. That's totally fine. Have the courage to rebuild your whole system of how you use your resources, because it's going to be crucial during this period. And the third step is to get more involved in these 5 areas I'm gonna talk about right now. Try to find mistakes or things that you can work on as a company or as a government or as a group of people, or maybe you're a startup. Those are the spheres you need to dive deep, find issues or things to work on, and use your forward thinking. Be ethical and with integrity. Work on this, and it's gonna be successful, and then you will be able to balance those issues we've been talking about earlier. So this first sphere is climate change. We need to urgently address environmental issues and work on creating more sustainable solutions, more environmentally friendly procedures. Second sphere is energy resources. We need to think about how we utilize energy so that we can be, again, more environmentally friendly. Third topic is digital finance. Let's dive deep into cryptocurrencies. Let's advance digital payment systems. That's what we're working on and starting working on in this period of time. The fourth topic is genetic engineering. So we need to invest more in research and advancement, and to get more breakthroughs into this health fields. And the last one is aerospace technologies. We need to develop more and innovate more in rocket engineering and space exploration. This sector holds a lot of potential, and I'm gonna post soon a video with a forecast for 15 years, because we have really intense and huge changes happening this 3 years, 2024, 2025, 2026, and then 2023 too, because our big planets are changing signs, and there are a lot of things happening, a lot of changes. I'm gonna post it a little bit later, and you're gonna see how this forecast is actually working together, I would say. And actually, I think you're gonna see a bigger picture. What I mean right now, when you watch this one and then you're gonna watch the other one about 15 years, you're gonna see the bigger picture and how it's gonna affect the whole world in next 15 years. And if you're gonna listen to my advice, you're gonna see some results in October. However, much more progress is gonna happen in 2026. In addition to that, closer to November, we're gonna have some global situations and processes being slowed down. For example, first of all is international relations. So we're gonna have, if some negotiations or collaborations are not gonna be resolved before November, they're gonna be slowed down. There will be some obstacles, some delays, and those things are not gonna be resolved. Second area that's gonna be affected is cultural and educational projects. So educational structures might be changed somehow or restricted. Some cultural projects might be delayed. Some scientific researches might be postponed, or even closed up. And the third area that's going to be affected is legal cases. So if there are some big cases, or even if it's a personal thing, like any cases that are not resolved before November, and if it is affecting your personal forecast, if you have a legal case happening this year and this aspect is affecting you, then in November it's probably gonna slow down, be delayed. There will be some issues, maybe ongoing complications. Or if it's not affecting you personally, there definitely will be some bigger cases that gonna be postponed as well. They're not gonna be resolved in November. and in December neither, so we would have to wait till 2026. And same, we're gonna see more cases, like old cases that were not resolved, that were forgotten. They will be revisited and reopened. And we're gonna see that at the end of the year. I already see this tendency happening. If you watch Netflix, you've probably seen some documentaries about cases that people are trying to resolve, and I think some of them will be resolved at the end of 2025. And the last thing I want to talk about today is eclipses. We're gonna have 2 eclipse cycles this year, one in March, one in September, and both of them on Virgo Pisces axis. So Virgo and Pisces axis, Virgo and Pisces energies, they highlight several areas of our lives. The first area is our health, physical and mental health. So these ellipses are gonna try to highlight issues with our physical health that is affected by mental health, which is gonna push people to think more about how physical and mental health are related. And it's already started happening in 2024 because we had ellipses in those axes as well. In 2024. Same about logic and intuition. Virgo and Pisces is kind of a balance between logic and intuition. So this year is going to teach people to use their resources according to their intuition, but also without overreacting or overstimulating. And also another topic that Virgo and Pisces are going to highlight is ecology. So it's just proving the fact that many events this year is going to happen because of environmental changes and environmental protection. In conclusion, I want to say that this year is going to bring significant events in areas of medicine and ecology, and it's gonna start really intense, sometimes even aggressive, and some people will feel fear. However, it's gonna slow down till the end of the year, and people who listen to this forecast and who heard my advice, they're gonna know which areas of life they need to pay attention more, and they will benefit. So if you like this video, comment and share, and watch my other forecast for January and for 15 years in advance. And I hope that you're gonna be waiting for my next forecast. I love you, thank you, and bye.